Welcome to
How
New
are
York.
you?
Thank you for being here.
It's great to be here. Welcome to One Central Park.
Where did you grow up?
I was born in Cuba, and I came over at the ripe age of 1 year old to Miami. My dad actually had a pretty senior level position in Havana, so he actually skipped out to Miami, set up shop, and then about 6 months later came back and rescued my sister and my mother and I. And he had started working as a dishwasher at a place called the Everglades Hotel. I used to go there as a child all the time. I used to see what he was doing, and he actually stayed at the same hotel for 44 years and then retired.
And how did your mom influence you? Because she helped you find your love of design, right?
Yeah, my mom was an amateur interior designer. And my mom and dad on the side used to, sell and buy homes and fix them up and whatever. And she definitely had the talents. And she'd go in and paint them, design them, do the floors, do the curtains, by herself. Because my dad was working most of the time in the hotel. So I was right there, side by side with her. But, one day I just started working with him during the summer, and I was 15 years old. And I fell in love with the business right away. And my first job was part-time dishwasher and part-time room service waiter.
And then you ended up forming Desires Hotels, which was a collection of boutique brands. What was the inspiration, and how did you go from being a GM to helping launch this new entity?
So interestingly enough, I was in Miami and I had my dream job. I was running a massive convention hotel in Miami called the Sheraton Biscayne Bay. Somewhere along the line, I got back to the design bug again. And I went to some branded presentations relative to design of some of our hotels, and they kind of made me yawn. Then actually stayed at the W in Lex, which had just opened.
Right.
And I was inspired by what Barry had done there. So I decided that I liked that route of independent hotels. And we carved out a niche in Miami to start up like the first management company for boutique hotels called Desires Hotels. And we added about 17 of those hotels, a combination of 4- and 5-star boutique hotels all over the country and in Puerto Rico. One of my favorites was the Betsy, which was a colonial building on Ocean Drive. They took it and converted it to this magnificent 5-star hotel, which is still there. And that's actually where I met Richard Branson. We were in the conversation about 30, 45 minutes, and Richard said to me, "Do you want to run Virgin Hotels?" And I go, "What?" I said, "Well, Richard, I own my own company, and I'd rather not do that." He said, "Well, we'll buy your company." And so I did consult with them, and about a year and a half later, actually, my partner bought me out of the company and then launched Virgin Hotels, totally out of a PowerPoint presentation.
What made you decide to sell your company and take this leap?
I think it's been a pattern in my life.
Yeah.
Usually when things either bore me or inspire me, I decide to take a leap and do something different. And I thought it was a great opportunity to partner with Richard and learn from the Virgin Group. My old partner, Richard Millard, said, "If it doesn't work out, you can come back."
Well, there you go.
Safety net.
Yeah. You were there for 11 years.
Yeah.
What made you take the leap to SH Hotels, One Hotels in Baccarat, which is where you are now?
I think at the time I thought it was a great opportunity to work with another visionary, somebody I admire a lot. Obviously, Barry had influence on me in making the leap from branded hotels to lifestyle hotels because of what he did with W. They were moving their offices to Miami. I was already there. They were poised to grow the company with 3 very unique brands, One Hotels, Baccarat, and Treehouse. But I'd been a fan of One Hotels. I'd stayed at that hotel many times or been at that rooftop many times. When I actually interviewed with Barry on it, I said to him, "I probably know more about it than you do because I'm a consumer."
So it's now time for the rapid fire part. Are you ready?
Shoot.
How many miles have you traveled in the past year?
You're like 200,000.
How do you define success?
Just happiness in general. I mean, just being happy with yourself.
What is one thing most people don't know about you?
That I can draw, and I can also play the drums.
One thing you can't live without?
My wife.
And your dog, right?
And my dog.
What was the best compliment you've ever received?
You're the smartest man in the room. My mom said that.
We have to end with one last question.
Yep.
What has been your greatest lesson learned?
My greatest lesson learned is to forgive yourself all the time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you for spending this time with us.
Thank you. It was awesome.